Maximus Analysis here for November 12th, 2015. And we see we have a pretty significant sell-off today in the ES. Again, we're holding this 2040 area. It's rolled basically from this measured move up. We just want to see if, and now this arrow that you see is basically the move from here. And you can see this move was pretty much identical in a lot of different times. And we want to see, again, you can see it here. Want to see if this move right here is going to come down to here and then pop back up, which would give it a retracement level that would be decent, wouldn't be crazy. So again, this is 50% and it's around that. Again, if they break below 2000 in a significant way with significant volume, I would be very cautious with buying a dip, but you can see that this has happened before. So that's the reason why I'm putting that move out there. You have the NQ. NQ just needs to hold. This is just a retracement. Again, it could be like a false breakout from here. But again, retracement to this 45.50 area would just be layering above these highs and maybe continuing for the upside. So this is in less danger. You have the YM needs to regain this area right here, because you can see it got up to 50% of this chop and continuing to the downside. You have crude broke down and continue to break down. We'll see if they hold it up overnight, but you could definitely see this in a downward spiral that could continue. And again, it could come back all the way up to 40, but they need to get it back above 46, or at least above actually 48 for me to really look, because if they start retracing this on light volume, it just means that, you know, and they break these lows, they're going to 37, 33, even potentially 25. IWM broke down from its retracement to the 50% of the range, so hopefully you guys got some of that today. You have Tesla continuing its downtrend. Apple doesn't look that bad from a daily time frame, but you got to also look at that weekly time frame to say it came up to previous highs and resistance areas and rolled there. So again, this candle closes tomorrow. You definitely want it to perk up a little bit back into this 118 area versus completely flushing back down. You can see how bad the weekly chart looks for FIT, and again, you can see on the daily time frame as well how bad this one, it doesn't really look that good at all. LinkedIn gave a false breakout and then rolled back over. So again, it needs to close above this, or it could be a false breakout happening. Facebook, good looking chart, just looks like a retracement for now. Nothing about that looks bad. Price line, dead cat bouncing, and needs to hold, because again, if they flush and break below these 1300 levels, you can look at 1260, 1280 area. You had Amazon still looking healthy. Netflix still looking healthy. Well, Netflix quite not as much. Again, you have the lower high, but you have higher lows as well. So if they flush and break below this 107, basically this 100, 102 area, I would then be like, okay, we could have something going on. But again, if they ramp this back up, it could be just a flag setting up. So we want to see how this reacts for tomorrow. Baidu, still looking good. I wouldn't short that. Google, still looking good. Wouldn't short that as well. So again, the down names, some of them really got beat up. And the ones that got beat up were Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs was about $5 loss on that. So we want to see, again, they've done this before. So you can see that they really ramped it down and ripped back up. So again, we really want to see, again, this is at the 200-day moving average. So they want to regain that $200 mark. And you also had, again, Apple. That is the weekly chart that I really want to see where the action is going to happen. So a lot of the banks didn't fare so well. But again, this Goldman Sachs, this JP Morgan doesn't really look that bad. It could retrace back up to here, but want to see what the strength is on here. And I bet you good money this is probably like a 7. This is an anomaly right here. So let's see what this retracement looks like here. And yes, around 78.6. So depending on how strong it is, we'll see if that continues. But a lot of names still look, there's some names look good, but the overall markets need to really perk up overnight, because right now they're still breaking down, and we'll see how much juice they have. Options expiration, of course, is tomorrow. So I bet you there's a ton of calls that are going to get crushed, but let's see if they're going to continue to flush finally, or they're going to just do a choppy day. We'll see. So take care, and again, this is the market. So again, at least we had a little bit of heads up regarding this measured move to this area and this midpoint of this choppy range, but there have been historic moves. So again, it's you just want to say, okay, I want to manage risk and kind of go from there. So again, just keep your stops tight, and if there's a good position, take it on the short side, but don't be overzealous either way. All right, because again, they tanked it all the way back down, and they came right back all this way to this level. So we want to see if they're going to hold these highs, which is 2000, but a break of 2053 and actually breaking of 2040 is very significant. So don't downplay it as just the typical dip. All right. Again, it's been annoying. I know it's one of the most annoying years because of how sideways it was, broke down, then ripped right back up to where they were at the beginning of the year. Now they're negative for the year. But again, remember that the mutual fund year end was October 31st, and here is October 31st. So it looks like they popped it up a few days and then sold into that strength up. So again, you don't want to be too overzealous, and let's see what happens overnight. Take care.